see you sucker soon on a hot summer day. Coffee comes back in a nerve-wracking way. The dishes and laundry take the garbage out. What a day, what a day, what a day.
What a day. I'm Ann Perillo, and I'm the host and producer of Capital Region Today. And it is my pleasure to bring some really great guests into your home or wherever you're watching to learn a little bit more about what's going on in our community. And today is absolutely no exception. We're going to be talking a lot about theater today. Actually, it's all about theater, I guess. We're talking about the Albany Civic Theater. They will be on talking about Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which I think is a band, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, and then we're talking to the Octavo Singers, which is another music, and it's on a stage, so we'll call it that, right? And then we've got the Harbinger Theater, and this is an amazing show. It's a one-person show, and Patrick White will be telling us a little bit about it and who he's talking as, I guess. And then the Schenectady Civic Players are doing one of the traditional great plays, Steel Magnolias, made into a film and also on the stage. So we'll be talking to them as well. So we have a great lineup today, and you're going to find something to do to distract you from whatever is going on in your life that you need a distraction from, I guess. We'll put it that way. We're going to start right out with the Albany Civic Theater, and they're doing Hedwig and this was on Broadway, and I guess it was a big show on Broadway, right? Yeah. Nate, you're the director there, right?
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Tell me about your cast here. And what is the play about? Oh, he's laughing.
A bunch of stuff.
I heard a little bit about it. So.
Yeah. Hedwig and the Angry Inch is about a nationally ignored, problematic trans icon and musician, Hedwig Schmidt, who...
And you're Hedwig.
I am.
You're Hedwig. Okay, good.
Who started life in East Germany before the wall fell, and then through the magic of theater is now still youngish today, in really unfortunate love with the rock sensation Tommy Gnosis, who they've previously had a very stormy relationship with. And the play is Hedwig's attempt to tell all of their story and sing the songs that they wrote in response to the stormy affair that they had with Tommy. I think...
Take a deep breath. Keep going.
No, I could.
It has to be one breath. Just
yeah.
And then you die.
Like it is a lot.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
What made you pick this play? Because usually the director is the one that picks the play.
Let's get the obvious out of the way first. It is timely in that it is a show about a queer immigrant struggling to assert and communicate their identity in a time when queer people and immigrants, among other people in other marginalized communities, are, it seems like on a daily basis, being villainized by the current presidential administration.
It sounds pretty relevant.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's also just a play I like. So there's also that. It has some amazing songs in it. It has some great theater in it. I love the style of it, which allows you to do almost anything you want. So every performance is very, very, very site-specific, and ours is no exception.
How big is the cast?
2.5. And a band.
So it's a small cast?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. That's easy rehearsals then.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
But it's a small cast in the same way that like Paul Vogel's How I Learned to Drive is a small cast, but like the impact is phenomenal. And again, it is a rock show. So in a space like Albany Civic Theater, it's really makes an impact.
Perfect staging, yeah. Leo.
Yes.
So tell me why you picked to audition for this.
Well, I've been looking for my introduction to the upstate audience. This is upstate, right? Considered Albany, Schenectady?
No, upstate.
Not really. No. This is what
this
Manhattan
is capital
calls
region.
It. Capital region,
yeah.
Yes. And I was wondering if
Let's get our definition.
Let's get it right. Let's Schenectady. Anywho, so I was looking for an opportunity to meet the new audience, and I have a place in Coxsackie, and I was online and I saw the posting for Hedwig and the Angry Inch, the auditions, and I'm like, I have to go and check it out. If I like the director, if I like the place, I'm going to do it. I've done this.
This is a great organization.
Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that later. Okay. Whoops.
And so just like, if the director's good, if the place is great, if it gives good vibes, I will do it. And this is what happened back.
Have you done this part before?
I've done this twice, 3 times
Okay,
before.
so that's what yeah.
Right, I've done this show 3 times before, and I usually go with the director. I was like, okay, what's their vision? What do they want to do with Hedwig?
Yeah.
So I came to audition back in February, and I liked what Nathan offered, and I said, I think I'm going to do it. And we've been inseparable ever since, right?
Okay. All right. Well, okay, so we've got this one, Kath. How about you?
I play Yitzhak. I am the right hand to Hedwig in that I take care of everything. I'm sort of the stage manager for the show itself and sing backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there any understudies for this?
Nope.
No,
No,
if
you
we
better not get sick.
Yeah,
No.
if we die, the show's done. That's it.
It's done. It's done with. Okay. So
You better come see it, Albany.
Yeah. No. It looks like to be an amazing production. It's from March
May.
15th to the
May.
31st or something like that. So it's not a large cast. What are you doing for staging? Or is there a stage? I mean, it's about a band.
Yep.
The Angry Inch.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever it is.
We're staging it on the remnants of not the previous. We're staging it on what was at first intended to be the set for Santa Claus Saves Valentine's Day.
What?
But that show had to be canceled because of raccoons. But fortunately, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Hedwig's and their band, needed a performance space, and so Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Is there a band on stage? Just
Absolutely.
Tell us. There is.
Yep. Bass, guitar, keyboard, and drums.
So there really is a band on stage.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not just a name. We do have a band.
You do have a band because you got to sing to something.
I have, I need some sort of.
How many songs? Well, since you don't have to really learn the lyrics and stuff because you've already done it,
Right.
so that was a step up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sort of, yeah.
Easy peasy.
Well, it's not easy peasy. Each time when there's a new production, there's a new vision of the show. So
Okay.
this is completely different from what I've
Really?
done before. Yeah, this is the beauty of Hedwig, how flexible it is. So new director creates new skin for Hedwig. Hedwig just enters into it and then performs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like this director, huh?
Yes, I do, actually. Not because he's sitting behind me, but
With a hammer
holding
in
the
his
gun
hand.
behind me, yeah.
And have you been on the stage a lot? Or tell me a little bit about your experiences.
I actually stage managed this show about 20 years ago when $3
Same
Bill
show?
did it. Yeah.
You did this before?
Yeah, I was a stage manager, the actual stage manager.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And when Nate mentioned it, I said, yeah, I'd be interested in Yitzhak. So I auditioned, and here we are.
And there you are. So you were the manager years ago. and
Years
then-
ago.
So you knew the play pretty well. Yeah.
Not as well as Leo, but yeah.
Yeah. So Leo, where did you perform these before? Were these at Community or on Broadway?
So, no, I started out, my first show was in Anchorage, Alaska in
Anchorage? Oh, my goodness.
2011. Yeah, when Hedwig was brand new. Nobody had really done it before, and we were in a tiny little theater performing maybe.
I have family who lives in Anchorage.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Maybe I know them. And then the second show was in North Carolina in Wilmington in 2013.
North Carolina. It's kind of a risque show for that. Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, we had people walking off, and it was great.
Did they
It
really?
was amazing.
Did
I loved-
did
oh,
they really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get out.
It was a beautiful old theater attached to a bar or restaurant, and people just like, oh, we're just going to catch the show, whatever that is. Walk in, and they're like, oh, okay. It was beautiful. And fitting for Hedwig.
That's wonderful.
Very disappointing.
That's wonderful.
And the third show was last year in Baltimore, and it was outside of their season, Iron Crow Theater, outside of their normal season, because they needed to raise money for their upcoming season. So it's always Hedwig coming as a fundraiser all the time. Something breaks, something leaking, something destroying roofs. We come in and fix the situation.
Yeah, that's interesting. You had some interesting experiences.
Yes.
I was at a wedding in Omaha, Nebraska, and they had it at a hotel, and there was a big drag show going on. You should have seen the expressions on these people.
Right. Yeah.
We get in the elevator, and these guys, they were great. They were great. I even went to their show because it was so good. Better than the wedding. But it was so funny because, like you say, they, woo.
Yeah.
I love it. Just so much fun in the world. I don't know why people take things so seriously.
Absolutely.
So anyway, if you want to see the show, get a seat to see the show. Let me get that right. How do they do that?
They can go to albanyscivictheater.org.
Yep.
And you can purchase tickets from there. Again, show opens 15th. There is May 15th. There's a free preview on the 14th.
And it kind of gives you a chance to get an audience reaction.
Yeah. Yep.
And they can get a ticket at the door?
Ticket at the door, absolutely,
Yeah.
or they can go online.
Okay, good. So, and it's a lovely theater because it's kind of small, but wherever you are, you're kind of on this. Well, I don't want to say on the stage, but you're close to the stage, right? But it makes you feel sometimes like you're on the stage.
Right, it's very intimate.
It's an intimate.
Which I love it for Hedwig. I've done the show at different capacity, and then last year it was a huge, brand new stage in Baltimore, and I don't think it works well for Hedwig. Or I've seen
it should be more intimate.
I've seen it on Broadway, and I don't think it worked on Broadway.
Yeah.
So I think at this capacity, whatever, 85 seats we have, 80.
It's underneath.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's a great theater.
Yeah, you want to get intimate with Hedwig.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Yeah, thanks for bringing this show to the area. I was not really familiar with it a lot, so now I am. And
Are you going to come see it?
I hope so. I got to get it on my calendar.
Absolutely.
And it's at 235 2nd Avenue.
2nd Ave in Albany.
Did I say that? Mm-hmm. I don't know where that came from.
It looks like a firehouse, and it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was. Yeah. And it's going to be a hot night there.
Oh, it's going to be hot. Yeah.
Fire. Thank you all for being here. It's a
Of
pleasure
course.
to meet you all and to meet you, Leo. And what fun.
Thanks
Gonna have
for
a great
having us.
time. Yeah. Got a great group of people. Isn't it wonderful to meet people
Absolutely.
like that? Let's talk about music now. And this is your spring concert.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Here we have Andrew Berger. He is the artistic director, and of course Diane Deacon. She's the president of this organization that gets people singing and whatever. So, and we have someone crawling in front of us, but that's okay. You okay? He's getting. I think your mic is the mic the problem? Whoops! Oh, there we go. We got to get the mic on her. But that's okay. So Andrew, let's start with you. Okay, you're the artistic director. Did you choose these pieces?
One of my great joys as a director of choruses and orchestras and anything is being able to program concerts like this. I truly love picking repertoire, not only the classics. You, of course, know Octavo Singers does Messiah every year.
Amazing.
And we also do really large and well-known and worthy pieces like Mendelssohn Elijah, like we did a few years ago.
Yeah, you just did that.
Verdi Requiem, which we just performed with the Schenectady Symphony right here at Proctor's last year.
I heard it was amazing.
And hand in hand with that goes something that is a sort of personal mission of mine, which is to program much lesser known works that deserve to be as well known as any of the more standard repertoire.
What makes a popular show? What makes one more popular? Is it easier to perform?
That is.
What is it?
That is a question we could debate I think all day and all night.
Okay, well, let's see how much
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to how successful a piece was when it premiered. And in classical music, could be several hundred years ago.
Yeah.
But these pieces both come from two composers that have a lot of well-known repertoire of their own. Of
Yeah.
course, Brahms, we perform the
Definitely,
Brahms Requiem
yeah.
frequently, and it is easily one of the top 5 pieces in choral symphonic repertoire.
And what is the name of it?
So this is the Schicksalslied, which, of course, German compound words, being as fun as they are, simply means song of destiny.
Okay.
And it is based on a Friedrich Hölderlin poem of the same name. And in true romantic, with a capital R fashion, it is a poem about the human condition and the nature of human existence and the conflict between one's longing for a kind of greater sublime purpose. Truly very German romantic
Yes, well,
subject matter, right?
Yes, yes.
And so this is a piece that gets kind of eclipsed by the Requiem a lot of the time. In fact, it's considered his little Requiem because it was written immediately after that piece and has a lot of the same language, both in its sort of message and character, but also musically. Very similar music, really gorgeous romantic writing from
Was it
Brahms.
overcome because he did the first Requiem that was amazing, and then he does the second one, and it's not...
I think it's just that it's a little more of an obscure piece. It's only about 16 minutes long.
Okay.
And so when a lot of people program Brahms, they'll program a bigger piece, or something like, he has several song cycles and other music. And so this one can kind of fall through the cracks, but it's a really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. And so I've paired that with another sort of eclipsed work, as I say.
The Cloud Messenger, yeah.
So this is Gustav Holst's The Cloud Messenger. And for anybody who would recognize the name Holst, they would immediately recognize the planets. A very, very well-known orchestral piece, fabulous piece. And this, much like exploring Brahms' repertoire, is very similar, has a lot of the same romantic symphonic language as Holst's Planets Suite, but this is a full symphony cantata. It's a 50-minute work for chorus, orchestra, and alto soloist, and it is based on a classical, about I think 4th century Sanskrit poem by the same name.
Oh my!
About a beautifully romantic story of love and longing and hope. It follows the point of view of a spirit, an angel, if we were to use sort of Western comparison, who's cast out of paradise and beckons a passing cloud to deliver a message of love and hope to his second self, or his wife, who is still in paradise.
Okay, now are these in German or?
So the Brahms is in German, and the Holst is in English.
Okay.
It is not in Sanskrit or any other language. As fun as that endeavor might be, it is taken from a number of translations, including some of Holst's own. And the imagery and the poetry is entirely retained. A beautiful, beautiful language, English, descriptions and poetic language about this beautiful narration of love.
Which brings me to the question: is if these poems are so, as you describe them, amazing. In the program, do you have the translations?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So that
And
people
we'll have
can
all
say,
the lyrics
"Oh, this
in the
is
poem."
real," but
Yes.
not in German.
Yes. Well, we'll have the German and the English.
Right.
Oh, in there, okay.
And if I've done my job correctly as not only an artistic director and picking this music, which I think is well worth doing and well worth audiences hearing, but if I've done my job as a conductor and a teacher for our chorus, we will all be able to understand it.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah.
Yes.
And now, how involved are you, Diane, in working with Andrew here and picking this? Or is that a collaboration, or do you just let him do it because he knows what he's doing?
Well, to some extent, but really we rely on Andrew's expertise because he has the depth of knowledge.
Yeah.
To be able to pick something appropriate for us.
This
But,
sounds like an amazing concert.
It is. I mean, as an audience member, with both, but particularly with the Holst, it's the music also brings you on the journey, and the lyrics, the words are just. It's a beautiful poem. But you really feel the cloud on his way, the cloud dealing with thunder, and then the cloud descending to speak to the wife and the message that the cloud gives. It's
What a
very
beautiful,
much
what a beautiful.
I don't know, tone painting of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Often in large choral works, well, even Messiah, for example, its language is very powerful, but when you consider the piece, it actually has very little narration. We don't sing, nobody sings as the character of Jesus, for example. Whereas in a piece like this, it's highly narrative. You really get the understanding that this is a poem that is not saying you have gone on this journey and here's what happened. It is coming from a point of view where you are the spirit describing to the cloud the journey they will go on. And they talk about the rain and the mountains and all of these sort of quasi hero's journey conflicts and distractions in some cases that you will overcome to finally arrive and deliver this message. And then by the time you get to the end of the piece, it's so satisfying because you've all kind of taken this journey together.
Yeah.
And so it's a truly powerfully narrative piece. You really get taken and captured by this story. And it ends with this message finally, kind of being delivered in future tense, but of hope and commitment. And it ends with the line, which is a reason why I've programmed it with this Brahms as a common theme, of comfort. Let this be a message of comfort as the messenger has comforted me. So it's really very powerful.
It sounds like you may have done this before. Have you done this before?
Well, it's a piece I've known about for a very long time, but have really kept in my pocket, really wanting to do it. So I'm very glad I finally get the chance.
So this is your first
Yes.
time doing it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And like I said before, we're really lucky as a community organization to not only do kind of the hits of choral music and have a community and an audience who will come year after year and
Appreciative.
see those pieces
Yes.
and hear those pieces, but on the same on the other hand, an audience and a community who will allow me to take the risk to do these other pieces and really appreciate and fall in love with them.
I think they appreciate what you've done in the past, so they're going to appreciate everything you do in the future as well.
I do feel lucky for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, you really do. You were very lucky to get this gentleman.
We were very lucky.
We were just talking, and I said, "Is it really like the end of my fourth season?"
years.
I know. I remember when you first, when you were a newbie on the show.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So where are they going to see this?
It's going to be at St. John the Evangelist
Perfect
Church, which is a
location.
treat in itself because it certainly takes you to another world.
Yeah.
All of its, Gothic grandeur.
That was my church when I was growing up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I went
well-
to that school, St. John the Evangelist.
Yeah, Father Carlino was just wonderful to have us. And another important thing is there's plenty of parking in the back of the church.
Plenty of parking.
Off of Eastern Avenue, just
Yeah,
at the back,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the
I
entrances
think
are in the back.
Is the entrance in the back? I thought it was in the front.
Well, there is an entrance in the front, which will be open, but the main entrances these days are from
Oh,
the back
okay,
because they're
okay.
right by the parking
Yeah,
lot.
okay.
But every door will be open. Yeah. And of course, if people don't know, the pews are actually in the round. It's set up
Yeah,
like an
it's-
amphitheater.
Yeah.
It's a terrific place to perform, and we really enjoy being there.
Yeah.
When we do concerts with the Schenectady Symphony, we're here at Proctor's, and we have sort of a rotating season with them where kind of every other year we'll do a great big piece like a Verdi Requiem. And the years that we are not there, we try to be at St. John's because it's just a fabulous place to perform.
Yeah, the 3 altars. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's just an amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and the balconies are up there. Yeah. It's
Yes.
just an amazing.
Yes.
I mean, it's an amazing space. And how's the acoustics? I think the acoustics
It's
are good.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a ticketed event, obviously.
Yes,
so
it is.
They get
Yeah.
they buy a ticket there.
Yep, regular price is $30, seniors 65 plus are 25, and students with ID are 15.
Yeah. And do they get the tickets online, or can they get it at the door?
You can get tickets at the door, and tickets also are available online at www.octavosingers.org.
Good. Now, this is your spring concert. You got what's coming up next?
So we take summer recess, although we do have
Practice, you gotta
a number of
practice.
summer sings
Yep.
to kind of preview the coming seasons. And I am happy to say that among our 2026-2027 season will be another phenomenal concert here at Proctor's with the Schenectady
With this
Symphony. Yes.
Saratoga, Schenectady,
That's
they've
right.
changed the name
Yes.
of it a little bit. Yes, it's a wonderful orchestra too. I mean, it's and to have the vocalists along with the,
That's right.
it's amazing.
And
It's
I'm
so much fun.
You know, I'm really privileged because when we aren't performing with the full symphony here, a number of our orchestra members that we get for the rest of our season, including this one, are largely from that organization and other phenomenal community members that we really like to bring together to perform this music.
How
with.
long does it take you to we're almost out of time, but how long does it take you to prepare for this?
So our regular concerts, we give about 3 months of rehearsals to. We've
really?
been end of January is when we started preparing this music.
And do you find that most people are not familiar with the music when they start
A
out?
piece like this, no.
No, that's
I'll
right.
ask, show of hands, who's sung this piece before? And
Crickets.
the whole room will go up for Brahms, Verdi, Handel.
Yeah.
But for a piece like this, no one, and that in itself is something of a joy.
Yeah, so they from the ground up they got
That's
it
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to add, Diane?
I don't think so. Just please come because it's going to be a beautiful show.
Yeah.
It
Now,
really
are you
is.
looking for new singers at all?
Always.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. We'll be asked. We'll be advertising for singers in the summer for our coming season.
That's right.
Definitely.
Anyone with, school or college experience singing, looking for a really active and very
This is a
friendly
vibrant
community
organization.
Yeah.
to join and sing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, and we
yeah.
take
Do
it
they
very
have to read
seriously.
music?
Absolutely.
Got to read music, guys. Sorry, that's it. That's the bottom line.
That is.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
it is truly a continuing educational experience,
Yeah.
and just as much as people enjoy getting on stage and performing, they enjoy learning the singing and the music and the repertoire.
I want to just acknowledge that I've learned so much about classical music from this gentleman right here.
Oh,
it's
yes.
like every time
So
you
we-
come, it's like I feel like a sponge. It's like, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I really appreciate your knowledge and that the fact that you're
Mm-hmm.
sharing that knowledge with us. It's the backstory
Yep.
that to
Absolutely.
me is so helpful to help
Yep.
me understand how music is written and why it's written, and thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
And
that.
Thanks
did I
for
say
having us.
April 26th
No, I don't
at St.
know.
John
Why
the
don't you say it?
Evangelist? April 26th, 3 o'clock, St. John
Okay.
the Evangelist.
And you can go to their website is at octavosingers.org.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Oh, and look who's over here. Oh, Patrick White, and we have Linda, who is the director of a country known as
A distant country
A distant.
called
Oh, it's
Youth.
got to be distant.
Yes, it's distant. There you go. Hello, Ann.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
And who are you going to be in this? Or are you going to be anybody?
I'm going to be Tennessee Williams.
I know, the younger, the older.
The younger, from 17 years old to 34 years old, from his teenage years to the opening of the Glass Menagerie on Broadway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a fascinating time. He goes through 3 universities. He bounces around the entire country, from Florida to California to Texas, and he winds up on Broadway.
Okay, now, how did you, all right. So this play was written, obviously.
This play is, yes, written by a guy named Steve Lawson. There are volumes.
And how did he get the material for the play?
There are volumes of Tennessee Williams letters.
Okay.
There are 2 volumes published, I believe. I'm sure there's enough for a 3rd volume. It's always curious to me, like Tennessee Williams wrote all these letters to his mother, his sister.
The fact that they even kept them is amazing.
But how do you get them back, from all these people? And then he has, people he had one-night stands with, or, whomever.
And he wrote him a letter.
And he wrote
Thank
him
you
a letter.
very much.
Yeah. Left it on the
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Not always.
But we have all these letters, and it's fascinating.
So,
and what are people going to do now? The collected emails of whomever?
Oh, well, emails are forever.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
But yeah, it's a fascinating play. It's got 82 letters. It goes over, what I said, 17 years. And it's to his sister, and a lot of his plays are based on characters in his life. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
The Glass Menagerie is.
There really was a woman with the Glass Menagerie? Or?
Yes, his sister Rose, who had one of the first lobotomies in the country performed on her. The character
Really?
of Laura is based on Rose, his sister.
Okay.
And,
Emily Harris. Who played the part in the movie?
Oh, many people.
Yeah, okay.
Julie Harris?
Yeah, Julie Harris. I'd say Emily. Julie Harris.
Yeah. But yeah, and his mother is Amanda Wingfield, and some people, Big Daddy is based on his father from Cat on a Hot Tin
Yeah,
Roof.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
So, there are a number of, someone asked him, where does your mother show up in your plays? And he goes, every single one of them, because she was such a large personality.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you're directing this. I don't know
That's
what
right.
it's like to direct this guy, but
You
you
have
got to
no
tell me
idea.
about it.
It's not like directing Patrick, especially in this particular show, because as Patrick has said, these letters really involve a multitude of characters. And what we have done and as Patrick said, there are 82 letters. We have gone through each letter. And we have a great dramaturge who has helped us research the letter and who it was written to and why. But in those letters, are characters that Patrick brings to life on stage.
Oh, you do multi-characters?
So we see Patrick telling us the history of these 82 letters and the people they were addressed to and the people who were in these letters. This play is normally done like a staged reading. We've discarded that. We are doing this as a theatrical performance. And
Well,
he's doing
I was saying, the amazing thing is that these letters even exist. The more amazing thing is that Patrick can remember them.
That is amazing. Funny you should bring that up. Yeah, yes.
I know. I mean, when I watch you, and I've seen you, and it's like your mind must be the most incredible little, railroad going through.
This is larger than anything I've ever attempted. It's 52 pages of monologue.
Oh my God.
And I've been working on it for 2 months with a great friend, Debbie Bercier, and we come and we just, pound lines into my head, literally. And
Can you say a little bit of a line, just to kind of get, what I'm trying to do is get the mentor of how it.
Dear Rose, Ann Bell sent us a letter giving us a list of your engagements, and believe me, you are certainly going to be busy. Your evening dress came up this morning. I don't greatly admire the color of it. It's a strange green. Mother said she thought it was blue when she saw it in the store, but I don't see how. It is just as green as cat's eyes.
Amazing, and you do it in a wonderful dialect.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, really, that's good. Well, he was a Southerner.
He was.
Wasn't it Tennessee?
Tennessee, no.
That wasn't
he was
his
born.
name.
He
Yeah.
was born. He was born Thomas Lanier Williams III in Mississippi, and they moved to St. Louis, Missouri, which he called St. Pollution, when he was 5 years old. Despised St. Louis.
Okay.
But he took the name of Tennessee. There are a couple of stories about why that was. He had a very thick Southern accent, even though he lived in Missouri, which doesn't have a real Southern
Well, it
accent.
has a little accent, but not nearly as Southern.
But he carried on that accent, as did his mother, his entire life. Some say that fraternity brothers gave him the name Tennessee because he had that voice. But his father is born in Tennessee. And I think he took the name up of his father, even though he despised his father. His father used to call him
Does that come out in the letter?
a pansy. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sort of like, it's like an unrequited love for the father, and he picks up this thing that he needs approval for, needs to be close to, and he becomes, he carries on the name of Tennessee to honor his father in a way that
Even though it was his father didn't honor him.
he never had it in life.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you see in doing these letters, I guess, do you see an evolution in his character or his, what do I want to say? I guess his character, I guess what I say, yeah.
Yeah, I think that for me, having been a student of theater my entire life, I didn't really know Tennessee Williams. And
I knew nothing about him other than he was
yeah,
a Southerner, and he wrote
plays, and he wrote these great plays, and I've been familiar with the plays, but to the point of what I discover with this piece is we learn about the writer and the artist and the perseverance and the trouble and the sadness and the loneliness and the fact that he becomes so connected to his writing that it has to be done. There's this voice. There's beautiful letters that talk about this explosion within inside of him, and to know that he struggled daily to move from this day to the next day, and writing was his outlet. As Patrick said, he had a troublesome family. His mother and father, especially his father, really poo-pooed him, and he had a sister that he adored that was mentally ill. And he had a phobia of being mentally ill himself. And his writing was his escape. We've talked about it many times in rehearsal, and as an artist myself, and I'm sure as Patrick is an artist, that we always wonder what draws us to the creative arts. And a lot of times it comes from these troubling backgrounds that we need to work them out all the time. And as he's completing one masterpiece, as we've discovered, he was already 2/3 of the way through his next masterpiece, because writing was his life preserver. It just saved him for a while until it didn't save him. And I do want to go back to one thing that you had asked earlier about directing Patrick. We've known each other an extremely long time, and we've worked together on a few things, but I don't really look at myself as directing Patrick with this. I mean, I'm there as the audience's eyes to help him, guide him through. But when we sat down and discussed how we were going to present this piece, because it could be somebody just standing there reading letters, which is the way it's normally done, Patrick said, no, I want to memorize this. I want to present it as, as a real theatrical event. And I have watched him take on this tremendous workload, doubting himself at times, being proud of himself at other times, but always mesmerizing me in rehearsal. There are moments where I sit there and I say, I'm so glad to be the director, and I'm glad to be in rehearsal because I see it for the first time. I see the beauty, the poetry, the passion, the love, the commitment, the art form. And that parallels Tennessee Williams, because he was the same way, a man who just was so passionate, so committed to his writing, so committed to creating these stories for us. and he's doing this at the same time. And, you know, myself and our management team, we sit there and we're just like, all right, notes for you tonight, Patrick. Good job, you know.
That's your directing.
That's it. That's my. I heard Meryl Streep the other night on an interview say, you know, when somebody asked her, "What do you like best about a director?" and she said, "To leave me alone."
Yeah, that's it. Did you? What was Tennessee Williams' personal life like? I mean, we know that he's writing these letters. Do you get a feel for whether he had a lot of angst or whether he had a personal relationship with someone? What did you find?
Yeah, he was a homosexual.
Yeah.
In growing up, there is not a single line in the play where he regrets or is ashamed or feels any sense of doubt about his sexuality.
Well, that means that he was mentally good.
but you know, in the 30s, you know, and he, you know, there are scenes in the play set in a bathhouse, set in you know, a Mexican orgy, and it's just, you know, a matter of fact. It's just
he embraced his life.
correct.
Yeah, it was never any. I mean, you know, we look back in our lives and we think, you know, there was that fear of saying anything to anybody. And he just wrote letters about it.
Yeah.
He's just like, yep, this is what was going on. And
Yeah.
I found that absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
That he was
It's
so
very
open to that.
positive. It's very. It meant that he was fine with himself, and
Yep.
that's a good thing, because so many times you're making the person like point. Well, right now we're seeing that a lot. It's like pointing, we're going to do conversion, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. No, I mean, let people be what they are.
Yeah. And well, you know, he didn't grow up in a very accepting household.
Right. You
but
said that about his dad.
But somehow he found it within himself, you know, to know who
overcome
he
that.
is. Yeah, and he had a circle of friends who are all, most of them were very successful. James Laughlin, who headed up New Directions Publishing, which went on to publish all of his works, and Paul Bigelow. These are major names in the theater. And Audrey Wood, his agent, who there are many letters to her, and they had a fantastic relationship for 35 years until they didn't.
Well, we'll find out when we go to the play.
That's right. Well,
Okay,
that's
so
going to be in the sequel. But-
Yeah, well, that's okay. But I do want to address that you've picked a really interesting place. I'm looking forward to going to the MOPCO to see the play. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out at, through necessity, actually. We were ending the year, and we were waiting on the rights for a couple of plays. And
Yeah, I know. Those are like, you got your fingers crossed.
And
right?
we didn't have the venues. And then this sort of like happened, like, you know, if we were going to have a production in March or April, we needed to audition in January. And we were like, we don't even have the
we have
rights,
plays yet.
you know. So we searched far and wide, and we came up with a one-man show, and I didn't have to audition myself. So we cast it, and we're friendly with MOPCO. And it,
Mike,
you know,
they're
it fits.
just Kate and the cat
There's
and
no
mine.
set. You know, we move from one space to the other. It's sort of a...
Well, it's got a long area
Yeah.
so that you can kind of play with that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the first time we've been there, our 9th location. This is Harbinger's 19th Capital Region
You've done
premiere.
the Albany Barn, and you've done a number of places, yeah.
Yes,
Sand Lake, I think you've done Sand Lake.
many
yeah,
times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's good that at least you're out there. And it's difficult because you don't have a location. But in a way, maybe it's good because you can do maybe something outside, or I
Well,
mean, who knows, you know?
We have a bunch of subscribers. We are, very well supported by the community. We're averaging like 400 attendants for every show. And, you know, the people that come and see us, every time they see us, it's got to be in someplace new, you know, so we can change
Yeah.
the venue for the piece that we're working on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do this piece in the Albany Barn.
No, it wouldn't work.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah. So no, I think what you're doing is really great. But we're almost out of time. But I want to ask you, how's the other enterprise going with all the craft?
The craft. I am no longer involved with craft.
Oh, okay.
I am an avid supporter, but yeah, I have no idea. They actually have a meeting coming up this
Oh, okay.
weekend, and I heard some talk about it, but there's no events, I don't think, until next year. But I don't know. Yeah.
You did a bang-up job the first time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know you did. He's a great guy. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing the play and learning a little bit more about Tennessee Williams. And amazing, 50-some-odd pages.
Thanks, Ann.
The old brain doesn't even process that.
He tells himself at least there isn't 55.
And I'd be working on plays, and my dad would say, "And you can't memorize the periodic table."
Oh, your dad said.
Yeah. Just don't love it.
Too funny. Okay, break a leg.
See you.
But I hope you don't. Okay, good. We're going to talk about another thing. Wasn't that amazing? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But you're not doing that. You're not having to memorize all those pages, I don't think, as a one-person show. Steel Magnolias, which has been around a long time. Been a movie, and it's been on stage. And I almost have a feeling that it was done before in this area, but I can't remember.
It has.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
The last time I can remember was at Curtain Call Theater almost 9 or 10 years
they
ago.
kind of make sure that they don't fall on top of each other.
Right, and I was actually in that production, and now
Were you really?
I was. Yes, I played Annelle.
Okay, so tell me a little about this production, and for those of you who don't know about Steel Magnolias, which has to do with women.
Yeah, all female cast.
All female cast.
In the play, different from the movie.
Okay.
They gave the men a little time in that.
To, spread that out a little bit. So tell me a little bit about who. I don't know who was to talk for.
Well, it was a play written actually by the character of Shelby in real life is based on someone who is a real person. It was written by her brother.
Robert Harlan.
Yeah.
I just trying to look to see,
Yes, and he wrote it for her. He dedicated it to her, how much he loved her. And he actually makes a cameo in the film as the...
I did not know
Yes, as the Reverend who marries Julia Roberts and Dylan McDermott, yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So, yes. But no, it's a great show. We're very excited. We have a wonderful cast.
How many in the cast?
There's 6.
Six,
Six
okay.
are in the cast, yes. All women.
Yeah, I don't have the list of who's in. No, because this is the flyer, so there wouldn't be in there yet.
Not yet, no. But our director, Kelly Sankowitz, is a woman, so it was very important to us to kind of keep it very female-centric, very female.
Has she directed before?
Not at Schenectady Civic, so this is her first time. We're very excited. She's excellent. She's well prepared. She's enthusiastic about the show. It was her mom's favorite show. Her mom, who is no longer with us. So it is.
She's dedicating it to her mom.
She
probably,
is. Yeah. Yes. So that's it. There's a heart connection there. So, and I have a connection to it because I've done it before. And
are you playing?
I'm producing, yes. I'm
I
producing.
didn't think you were
no,
in
I'm
it.
not
That's
in this
right,
one.
yeah.
No.
When you talked about that, I thought, I didn't think she was in this.
No, I'm producing. And then, of course, but my best friend is playing the
Tell me a little bit about your part.
I'm playing Shelby Eatonton. She's very kind, she's giving, and she's living with this condition that can be life-threatening, and she really just wants to live life on her terms. The play starts with her getting her hair done for her wedding day, and then
it takes place on her
yes,
wedding day.
Yes, it takes place on her wedding day. And I love that it explores the relationships between all of these 6 women: Shelby and Malin, her mom, Weeza and Clary, Annelle, with all of the women. It's a really beautiful story about 6 really awesome women.
And of different generations, too.
I was going to say, they're not all the same age.
Not at all, no. It's different generations of women and exploring what life looks like in the course of about 3 years is what we see.
And where does this take place? In the South?
It takes place
Louisiana.
in the South. Yep. It takes place.
Okay, so that has a new element with it.
A fun Southern dialect. So yes,
you have to learn a little bit of dialect.
I'm doing a Southern dialect.
Do a little bit.
My colors are blush and bashful. I have chosen 2 shades of pink. One is much deeper than the other.
As you can see,
she's very good.
She's
pink for the
excellent,
occasion.
and of course,
you're very good.
Thank you.
And of course, Jen played the lead in our production that kicked off the season, The Girl on the Train. So you will see her in a very different role
That was
as
quite a
Shelby.
play, yeah.
Yes, wasn't it? But you'll see her in a very different role as Shelby. So it's good bookends for the season. We started out with a book book and a movie, and we ended with a book and a movie
book
and a
and a
book.
movie,
So
that's right,
yes,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, I think that the audience is familiar with it, and we keep coming back to this story because it has so much heart in it. There's so much love, and what I love about it is, we have March, which is dedicated as, we have International Women's Day, but we need more female voices in the arts.
Even though it's being silenced a lot, we need to keep the voices
and we
out.
need to keep that going.
And lift other women up.
100%. It doesn't have to ever be where, I think the patriarchy has pitted women against each other since millennia, and it's about each of us saying, nope, we're not going to
Stop, we're done.
We're done.
We're
We're
done.
going to lift each other up.
We're gonna
We
lift
can be
each other
friends.
up,
We don't
yeah.
have to be pitted as the, antagonist and protagonist, in the triangle. If we're
in
just
a way
going
they were
towards
going like, well, if you work at home and if you're out in the, it's like always splitting, and making women think, oh, well, I'm not like it's like, no, we're all in this together.
100%. And so the characters in this are it's very female empowering. You have one woman who ends up buying a radio station, and she becomes the owner of that radio station. And Shelby's mom, Malin, is a counselor, and she's also a mom. So it's just like she's a working mom. It's the same thing with Shelby. She's a nurse, and her dream is to become a mom. So it's all these women who have, many different layers. We're not just one note. None of them are one note. Women are not just one note. And I think that this play, this script, this movie, this story really showcases that. And I think it's important to, again, lift up the stories of women and women's voices. And it's something that I would love to see more of in the Capital Region Theater scene, and obviously globally.
Absolutely.
But
and I was thinking that, we ask a woman, oh, are you going to work or are you going to have children? And yet we never ask the man that, right?
No.
Can't win either way.
Yep.
Right?
You
are
never
you gonna have a
refer
career,
to.
or are you going to be a dad?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that doesn't.
And you never refer to a man, oh, it's a male doctor. It's always, oh, that's a female doctor. Oh, that's just a doctor.
Well, I always laugh because I hope they've gotten away from actress, but you're an actor. That's what you are, an actor. You don't say you're a doctor or you're a doctress.
That's true.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
If you're a doctor, you're a doctor.
Yep.
It doesn't. There's no sexism in
Yep.
there, and I don't know why. I mean, they even did that with steward and stewardess. It's like you're. I don't know why I don't know. Am I
Very much the patriarchy.
No,
we're all on the same page with that.
absolutely.
on the
Yes.
same page? I'm always correcting people, and I always laugh. They go, "Oh, is that your maiden name?" I says, "No, I was never a maiden. That was my birth name." Because it's my birth name, and what's the maiden got to do with it?
Yeah, that's true.
And I really think Shelby's character in this has that kind of spirit about her, where she is going to live life on her terms.
Absolutely.
And nobody's going to tell her you can't do this. No, she's going to figure out a way to
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
to do it. Yeah, and it's.
But there's always been restrictions put on women. Always.
100%.
Oh, you can't do that.
No.
Oh, I mean, when I think back, well, you have to either be a secretary or a teacher. It's like, no, I wanted to be a pharmacist. I didn't want to be that.
And for Shelby, I think too, she doesn't know necessarily how much life she's going to have to live with the condition that she has.
Because she's ill. She's got an illness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She has
so
diabetes. Yep.
Yeah. So it's really important to her to live her life the way she wants to live her life, and to make it as beautiful as she can for whatever time
She's getting
has.
married that day, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It sounds like a wonderful production that's been put together. And was there a difference that you've been in it before? Do you see it being different under the new director? Or I mean, when the last production we were talking about, that it depends on, or the one before maybe, about how does the director see the play? Did you see that this play is different than the one you were in, or?
For sure. So there's always going to be a different tiny little Easter egg nuggets that each director will want to put their own spin on it. I come from a background in hair, so that helps when helping out as a producer. You kind of wear a bunch of different hats to help the girls on stage, because it takes place in a hair salon. We see that in the film, but it has different locations in the film. In the play, everything takes place in the one location, which is Truvy's
Yeah,
hair
that's-
salon.
yeah.
So that's sort of something that I can bring to it as a producer, having that in the
You
last
have a better
production.
understanding.
Yes. So in the last production, I played Annelle. So she is one of the hairstylists in the play. She works for Truvy. And so she has to do a bit of hair on stage. So that's where I come in, so I can help with
Help her.
that.
Teaching a couple of the girls how to do hair.
Yes, so I'll be at the next rehearsal doing that. The director and I, Kelly Sankwitz, are also kind of costuming it ourselves. Thankfully, at Schenectady Civic, we have, thanks to Joe
you have a
Fava.
wonderful-
Oh, yes.
yeah.
But
Your
thanks-
costumes are amazing.
Thanks in a very large in part to Joe Fava and
Yeah,
so many
Joe,
other.
I was just going to mention Joe
Yeah.
was the one. He was like had an eye, you know.
And he had put together all these costumes.
Yeah,
and
he had the
so
foresight to do that,
Such
yeah.
a legacy that he left
Yeah,
in
he did.
that respect. And so we've been pulling costumes and get our photo shoot going, and we're very excited about that. We got some really good ideas for that. But yeah, every director I think puts their own spin on it. But I am in the belief that this show, this story, it should be told from a female director's perspective. That's how I feel. I believe this is
I think you're right.
It's a woman's story.
It's a woman's show,
Yeah,
should
it's a
be
woman's
directed by a
story.
woman,
Yeah. And I really think that it shows that no matter what life throws at you, you have the right group of strong, incredible women by your side. You can kind of do anything, and I'm lucky to have those women in my life. With my best friend is playing the lead character. One of my closest friends is directing. So we have those women in our orbit. So you're always lucky when that happens.
I think the strength comes with women, through other women. If you have good friends, you have that strength with you, and it raises both of you.
The power of female friendships.
Yes.
For sure.
It lifts you up. It
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
does, and I really think that's at the heart of this story, and that's what we want to showcase in it.
Yeah.
And also show some beautiful, fabulous '80s hairstyles in there as well.
80s, what they did, was that the frizz?
that was the big hair. The
Yeah,
big hair.
hair,
Oh
big
yeah,
hair.
it's coming back though. The '80s and '90s are back. Oh yeah.
Backcombing, lots of backcombing.
Like a
Teasing
long
it
football
up.
helmet.
It's
Yes.
funny, I had John cut my hair, and we were kidding about that, and he takes my hair and he does the backcombing just for fun.
And actually, we're doing an on-site photo shoot at John's salon.
Okay.
Yes, John Fowler. Yes, who has done so many wigs at
He's
Schenectady
such a
Civic.
great
Again,
guy,
he's
yeah. And he's
wonderful.
really good with hair, too.
Again, so many people. There's such a legacy at Schenectady Civic
Absolutely.
through people who are still with us and people who are no longer with us,
Yeah.
like Joe Fava.
Yeah, Joe Fava.
Who has passed along such a legacy. John Fowler, Don Mealy, just Beth Ruman, who
Good
has
people.
had
Good
wonderful.
people who are
Yes.
dedicated. Who are
Yes.
very dedicated.
And the gentleman who's doing our set, David Dvorinkin, who
I don't
is.
think I know who that is. Is
So
he
he's
in
on our board. He's one of our.
I think I saw his name. Yeah.
Yes, and he's going to be doing our set, and he's just so fantastic, and what a just a
That's going to be an
helper.
interesting set to
It's
see a
gonna be-
salon
Oh
on
yeah,
stage.
Yeah,
there's
oh,
going to
it's
be some.
already- it's already coming
it's
together.
coming together. Yes.
Sure.
Cool.
And we have
Can't
such a
wait.
wonderful cast of women. The
You
rehearsal
know what? We didn't
process.
say when it is.
Oh,
it-
yes.
It's May 8th through May 17th.
17th.
So we open
Okay.
on Mother's Day weekend.
Yes,
Yes.
wonderful.
It is the
Also-
perfect Mother's
Bring
Day
your
show.
mom to
That's
see
Yes,
right.
it.
bring your
Yes,
mom.
bring
Bring
your
mom.
mom.
Yeah.
Bring
Bring
mom.
the
You can get
female
tickets
friends, yeah.
at
Right.
SchenectadyCivic.org.
Should be fun.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook, so you can always
You
keep
are an
up.
amazing IT person. And getting all the
He
social
is.
media. Yeah.
I help. We have. It takes a village. It takes a village.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so yes.
I'm glad to be part of that village in a way.
You are. You are absolutely. You absolutely are.
I need to say what's coming up next month, so let me just tell you. We have, oh my gosh, my side with renovations. We've got the Albany Symphony coming on. The Gift of Central New York, which has to do with heart conditions. We're talking with conversations with Carol Durant, the Chinese Community Center, Sizzle and Steak Productions. That's a new company, out of Foothills, yeah. Just thought I'd share that with you. Opera Saratoga's coming, Sir Optimus. We got it all right here I'm Ann Perillo, and I'm your host and producer of Capital Region Today. Thanks for joining us.